What is up, my string beans, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included here on the Prehistoric DLC. Last episode, we did this thing. We went ahead and set up some metal refineries. We have ourselves. This will be my oh my god, I can't talk. This will be my permanent metal refinery setup. I left this open because I wanted to go get aluminum. Yeah, a couple upgrades since the last episode. I got aluminum piping, and so I put that in there. I even put some aluminum pipe here because the temperatures are pretty cold due to the fact that our cooling loop comes down here, and we are cooling this polluted water down to 3 degrees Celsius, which I want to do more, but we'll have to get a different coolant. We can probably get ethanol, I believe. The thing with ethanol is that ethanol's like heat capacity isn't too good, or like the stats of it aren't like the best. So the specific heat capacity is pretty good. It can hold chill for a while, but the thermal conductivity 171 as opposed to 580. Oh, actually, the specific heat capacity of polluted water is actually better. 4179. Okay. The thing with ethanol though is that it can go down to these very cold temperatures. So ethanol is going to be the liquid of choice if we want to go below -14, because ethanol can go down to, I think, -114. But yeah, this is the setup. Oh, and then I also put in some diamond shift plates, temp shift plates, because I have so much fucking diamond, and I put it in there so that we could transfer around the temperature really easily. And I have made a shit ton of stuff. I've made all of my copper ore into copper stuff. I've made some more steel, iron. We can make some more gold, I guess. I'm dying over here. And then today's episode, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taming a gold volcano and a copper volcano, both at the same time. Between episodes, I did this one so that we could get the aluminum for everything that we need. So you can see that we have 132 aluminum. But as this was finishing up and I got a couple rounds of it, it went dormant. So this fucking piece of shit is sleepy. It'll go active in 54 cycles. But it's okay. I think we got down the aluminum stuff that we need. So we don't really need anything else. I do have this other volcano. It's a copper. It's a secondary copper volcano, and we don't need to tame it. I was just doing this, and then also in the background, what I'm gonna kind of be doing is setting this up. So this is gonna be my hydrogen generation. I'm going to plant some Saturn critter traps. So I got them in here, and I'm gonna put a beta hive in here. So I'll show you kind of like what I set up here, because we're going to be walking through the volcano tamer, whereas this one I kind of did ahead of time. So if you guys don't know how to make natural tiles, all you're going to do is get a manual airlock and make sure that it is completely surrounded, even the corners, right? So you're going to set up a manual airlock like this. In fact, I'll go ahead and actually do it. So we'll just do it with like normal tiles, and we'll make it out of iron, and they'll go and build that. But so I completely vacuumed out all of this, and this is going to be incredibly cold. It's going to be like 0 to -5. Also, I am going to be closing this off, and I have this set up as a vacuum. Everything in here is a vacuum as of now, and this will be how we get power into the room, similar to how we get power into here. And we're setting this up right here so that we can have a gas cooling, and it's just a closed loop hydrogen going around in a circle, trying to make sure that everything's cold. And I have some automation going on right here of like, hey, if this is above -14, we're going to turn it on. And oh, it actually turned off. Neat. So yeah, we're gonna do this right here, and then deconstruct. -14. Oh, because it's in a vacuum, right? But we are getting everything cooled down in here. Let's click on the temperature. So even the metal plates are cold. So that's all we got going on here. But yeah, so once this gets completed or deleted, it'll be the natural tile will be made right here. And there you go. That's how you make natural tiles. And then you just repeat the process. You'll do this, make sure that this is good, and all of this will be secured, or like surrounding. And then we get that little guy right there. We'll put the next manual airlock right there, and so on and so forth. But let's get rid of all that. What we need to do is get the pips in here, because I need them to plant stuff. So let's wrangle up the pips. Pip. We're going to put you in here. And we'll put 2 in there. And I put the Saturn. Yeah, I put those guys in there, so we don't need this anymore. Alright, so they'll be working on that. So what we'll be doing here... Oh, crap. Hold on. I did not set up my... I need to look at my blueprints, which leads me into the next thing. Let me look at the conveyor. Maybe pull up plumbing. Sure, that looks good. Leads me to the next thing. If you guys are liking this video and liking the whole series and everything, you know, a like would be I would very much like a like, maybe even a little subscribe. That'd be fucking awesome. And then last but not least, if you guys are interested in getting like blueprints and things like that I can take pictures of and put on in a location and everything like that, I have a Discord. I have a String Beans Discord, which you can find in the description below. There's a link down there to that Discord, where I have a great String Beans community, and we play a bunch of different games. Oh, this copper volcano is being silly. And yeah, just I'll go ahead and leave it at that, and you guys could join that and everything. So actually, I don't need my pictures because I could just copy what I got going on here. So what we do, we're gonna vacuum everything out here. The little bit of prep work that I did was I set this stuff up like this, you know, this good old square here. But most importantly, I set this up down here. We have some, oh my god, save lag. We have some metal tiles going on right here, but in them we have some radiant pipe and also conveyor rails. So you have to make sure that you set that up before you fully seal the room and then start sucking everything out, because or else it's a bitch to get to. And you need to have this spot vacuumed out as well, because now what we're going to be doing is putting in some conveyor loaders. Oh my god, I have no plastic. So do we want to do the copper or the gold one? Let's do the copper one because it's right here. So we're going to set that up, and then also some power. Where are we going to set power up from? We need to do some power. If I do power over here. Okay, so that means that I have to do a little bit of planning. We're gonna do... Hold on, let me cough. Don't forget to drink water, everybody. So... I'm gonna have a power transformer right here, which means we should get some power over here. What do we got going on here? This is gonna go into the floor. Wait a minute. Do I have this backwards? Fuck, I have this backwards. Yeah. Yeah, conveyor. Yep, right there. So it needs to input and then output that way. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's look at some power. We're gonna go like this. And we're just gonna copy what we got going on here. And up and over. Probably like that. There you go, that looks good. So we'll go ahead and do that. And let's see, can I sacrifice someone's bed? We're gonna sacrifice someone's bed so that we could build the other one as well. Sorry, guys. Sorry, not sorry. Whoa. Let's relax a little bit. I think it's like that, right? Yeah. Okay. And then how are we doing on the pip? Son of a bitch. It ate my pip. Of course it did, right? Yeah. Getting these guys is gonna be difficult. You're probably gonna eat my pip. But this thing should be outputting. Yeah, this is what... Oh, okay. So it's going to be halted. But does that mean that you're going to eat another pit? I hope you don't eat my other pit, please. What do we got going on here? Let's get this. It's going to input right there. Power's there. Let's get this crud out of here. Go on, pick it up. And we want to ship in... It's gonna go like this. So we'll make sure to build that before we cover this all up. Same with that one. And same with that piece of ladder. We need to grab that piece of ladder out. We planted another one. Fantastic. Please don't get eaten by it. I'm hoping that the body temperature, like, stunts it real quick. Come on, Pip. I need you to stay alive and plant all those things for me. Okay, grab that. And we're kind of doing this a little slow, but it's okay. There's lots of reasons. We got to make sure that we're doing this correctly. And we're juggling like three... Oh, please don't. For fuck's sake, dude. Am I gonna need like a whole bunch of fucking pips just to get these motherfuckers planted? Okay, and then get that right there. We have the power going in, and we have the conveyor rail. Yes. Oh, I just had a very violent sneeze. Oh, for fuck's sake, I forgot to set up automation. Don't forget to set up your automation. You need to do that. It's just two little simple wires like that, but it'll get you. So this means I probably need to... Oh my god. And watch it get immediately eaten. Oh, wife's texting me. What is the wife saying? Is she saying some dumb shit? She's texting me from downstairs. Oh, she sent a picture of my dog and a meme. Okay, we're almost there. Once we get this done, then we can probably, like, get everything else into play. And that pip got eaten too. This is gonna prove to be rather difficult because I need more pips now. Okay, cover that up. And once we get that covered up, let's just go ahead and start getting into everything that we're gonna be doing. And everything that's gonna be in here, I'm gonna build out of steel. There's like some stuff that you have to build out of steel, whereas some of the other stuff you don't necessarily have to. But we're gonna do all of it. So we're gonna do that. Let's get an auto sweeper out of steel. So we're gonna put two auto sweepers in this corner here. And leg around. And we put this here. And deconstruct this one, but reconstruct it over here. And then we need to deconstruct that ladder. Okay, doing good, doing good. And we're gonna build ourselves a conveyor shutoff. The conveyor shutoff, sure. Let's also just do out of steel. Are we doing in that direction? Yeah, we're gonna build it directly underneath. And now, excuse me while I die. So here's the important part. Any conveyor rail that's within this 3x3, I'm going to build directly out of steel, because as this molten stuff is erupting, it can overheat the conveyor rail. Oh my god. So it'll come out of here, and we will now go into steel mode. Here we go. Yeah, it's going to come out of there and start wiggling around, which means we now need steel. And then we're not going to deconstruct that one yet. And it's going to go into this guy. So what's going to happen is that we're going to have a rail sensor. And it's going to check the temperature. And it's going to say, if if this debris is still hot, I would like it to continue on in this direction. Oh, also we need to bridge onto this. So now we will see that we are bridging onto it, because this is a loop right here, and it says if it's hot, continue on in this loop. So we want it to keep going on, and we don't want this to put any new onto the loop. And then if it's good, it's going to come down over here, and it's going to bridge over here to leave. And we're just going to do that over down at the bottom, or in the other one as well. And so you got to make sure to set that up, because we need to say, hey, we're checking for the temperature. So let's go do what we did over here. We're going to just make the loop, and we're going to say that we are over the volcano. So we're going to go steel. And then we wiggle. But then this one's going to be steel. And back to gold. And then it'll go like this, and then, oh, make sure that that's not connected. And then we say, if you are good, you will jump over, and then you will be jumping onto the loop. But we're going to be checking temperature and set up some automation for it. And that's the debris setup. Let's see if we got all that taken care of. Yeah. The yeahs. Okay, so now now we need to set up the aqua tuner. And the aqua tuner will be made out of steel, as usual. And good thing we made a shit ton of steel. It's not really a shit ton, it's like a moderate amount. We do need to make more, though. So we're going to be doing two steam turbines above the volcano, and we're going to make sure that it is yeah, we'll make it out of gold. One goes there and one goes there, and this is going to be a closed loop system of, like, there's going to be no external heating, and it's going to be real simple. It's just going to go like this. Actually, I mean, I really want it to go like this, but that's fine. I want them all to be the same. And then we're going to go out of the wall. And let me see, how did I build the other one? Okay, just directly in. So, if you guys haven't seen an aqua tuner setup, it's going to be real easy. It's going to be liquid goes into it, and then liquid comes out of it. But here's the thing. If it doesn't need to be cooled down, it needs to bypass going past it, because this will be turned off, and it will bridge onto this loop. And we're going to get liquid pipe thermosensor, goes there, and the automation for it to say to turn on goes there. And then we're going to continue on over here. Let's get some plumbing. We We already have this set up, so that's good. And then just cool down 1 turbine, cool down 2 turbine. And then do this. And set up the liquid sensor with some automation. And then also something we gotta do is pump in a shitload of water. So let's get our pumps in here. So this needs power. Yeah, we'll make you out of gold. Actually, what are you made out of? Copper? That'll be fine. Make you out of copper. Make sure that you're getting powered. Oh, I'm making this one out of gold. Okay. But we're actually almost done. So you can see that this is starting to look like this one. The one thing we gotta do though is we're gonna jump over this. And in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in the 5th one is going to be where the water of the steam turbine output is. So we got to make sure that we're getting rid of that. So we're going to jump over this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right here. And it needs to come down and vent on out, which I forgot to add a vent for this one. There we go. So now, oh my god, let me just keep dying. We're going to deconstruct this. Actually, we don't need to. Or connect that. This says that it's dormant. Okay. So let's go ahead and get some water in here. Enable auto bottle. Copy, paste, paste, paste. And let's get some water in here. Paste, 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 paste. And I believe I mathed it out for the last one, and I think it's 450. I need 450 in each tile. Let's double check by pulling out our little handy-dandy mathalator. And it's going to be 30 tiles times 150 equals 4,500. So we need 4,500 kilos divided by 10 is 450. So yeah, 450. How is this going? Okay, I have a singular pip, but I have 3 Saturns planted. All of them have pips inside them. So how do I make more pips? How do I wrangle the pip? What can I do for you, Mr. Pip, to make sure that you want to shit out? What do you eat? Actually, let me just click on you. You like eating trees and thimble and bonbons? Well, here's the problem. I don't have any arbor trees. Let's look at... Do I have any arbor? Arbor. Nope. Do I have bonbon? I know I don't have thimble, right? I have some thimbleweed seeds. I think we have to plant some thimbleweeds so that we could specifically grow some pips so that we can grow this. Okay, we're in the watering stage. And then we'll close everything off. Well, we have to open this guy up, but we have to be real careful about it. Also, I think I need to destroy some more beds so that we can make some steam turbines. Because if we look at power, I can't make steam turbines because I don't have plastic, because my lazy ass has not gotten fucking plastic set up. So sorry, kids. You guys will have to just sleep in sad beds. Also, I think last episode we got ourselves a Joshua, and we can see that his athletics is at 8. I want to get it to 10 at least, and then we can let him out of his prison. Can we actually get this going? I think I want to get an atmosphere in here so we can keep getting it cold, because now that I know that these motherfuckers are just going to eat them anyway, I thought that having it in a vacuum will make these guys not like alive like instantly. But maybe I fucked up. Maybe I should have planted them and then set this up. I don't know. Anyway, let's get some hydrogen here. I would like canister emptier here. And I want a canister filler here. And let's get this filled and we can put in... Wait a minute. My dumbass. No. This is like the most dumbest thing that I'm doing here. We can just do this. And then a gas vent. There you go. And that'll make it hydrogen-y. And this is still a vacuum. Okay, good. So I'm still watching this water level here. Water... Oh, actually, we're done with the water here. Ooh, okay. So now we can deconstruct these guys. We can deconstruct... Or... Idle. Okay. I have to be, like, really quick about it. So that we don't get steam everywhere. So... What I'll do... Let's clean everything up. Let's seal it off. We're gonna seal off this area, this top area, while we come in here and do this. And then you are not to the water level that I require. And we're gonna say, if it's above 130 degrees... I'll just type it. If it's above 130, open up this conveyor, and we're going to keep circling it. Okay, so we're going to... Oh, actually, what am I talking about? We could just straight up put the steam turbines in here, and we'll make them out of gold. Sure, that works. And you need this fat power to come over here. And we need to replace that because we need to put a joint plate needs to go right there. And we're doing okay on the water over here. We're at 300. So keep pouring in the water. Yeah, you got to do things like steps at a time. Okay, we got hydrogen in here, which means we are now cooling it down. We should be. Yeah, 16 degrees. So we'll just go ahead and keep cooling it down. And this will get down to a good temperature. Because we definitely need it cold before we put in any of the little guys, the betas, or else they'll straight die. Where are we at over here? Okay, we're still doing good. You have your power, you have your output, and you'll have steam. But we need to finish building this guy. Are we really good on power? Yeah. Yeah, look, this thing wants to erupt, so... We need to be careful. We need to seal this room off. We're still getting some good water. Okay, that should be good. We're gonna wait till this last one. Okay, that last one. And then go like this, so you can be deconstructed. Copy, paste, paste, paste. Deconstruct. Deconstruct. And we're going to cover these holes up. And we're going to build some steam turbines here out of gold. We're going real good. So this one goes in here. We also are going to need the power cables. So right here. And I need to build these two. We can also build this. Have we built this yet? How about we Pro 9 that? So this is doing good. Hopefully this guy just, Oh, and what we got going on here is this closed loop system. But you're like, but what's going on with this thermoregulator? Because this thermoregulator is going to get hot. And so what we have is that we just extended the cooling loop from our refinery over here. We extended it up over here to cool down the thermoregulator inside the vacuum. That's why we have a thermo conduction or a conduction panel. Why is this like current errand? Stila, hurry the fuck up. Or you're fired. I don't want to like we could. I could open this up, but I don't want to risk it. And we did build this extra piece, right? So now I can deconstruct this one. And I can put, this is still a vacuum, right? Yep. So now I can put this heavy watt, goes right there. And then this room will be completely sealed off. And once this room is completely sealed off, make sure that we got all the cleaning. Make sure that there's power going there. Make sure that we have that going on. I think we're pretty good on this. So once this is all sealed off, let's go ahead and get into here. And we're going to analyze this at Prio 9 and deconstruct that crap. And then also, we're going to build a steel piece right there. And then connect the gold pieces. Wait a minute, is this not out of steel? Wait, that should be steel. Yeah, steel. Okay. And then let's get this out of here. There you go. So this should be good. Oh, here we go. So we're about to get a bunch of copper. And you'll see everything flash into steam, which is okay. This is why we had to close off this room. I do want the steam, and we will recapture the steam that's going to end up in these tiles by pushing it all over here. Oh, we're going to lose some steam right there, but that's all right. And then we built this stuff. Let's go ahead and deconstruct this piece so that I could do the same thing that we did over there and put the power cable. And you can see that the copper immediately turned all good. And then I think I saw this run for like half a second. So this is still going good. I'm just going to leave this running because we do need it like really cold. And hopefully I can get some more pips at some point. So this is a failed project for today's episode because my pips keep getting eaten. So what that tells me is that I more or less have to send in sacrificial pips to go plant and then get eaten. So let's set up a heavy watt joint plate right here, closing this off entirely. And then we'll come in here and do the same thing. And just like that, we'll have a gold and a copper volcano added to our list of things that we that we tamed. Because we have this aluminum here, and then probably between episodes, because I've already shown it, I'll just go ahead and do this over here. Idleness. Who the fuck is idle? Idle means you're stuck somewhere. Oh, Stila. Stila, you have stuff to go do. Actually, there isn't stuff to go do. I'm mainly just focusing on what we got going on here. So let's deconstruct this stuff, deconstruct that, clean this up. And we're going to... well, because we only have one pay, I don't want to take her from that. But what we can do is get rid of all of this. And we already set up to where the rail is going to deposit it back to our base. Oh my god, it's a dupe swarm. That's pretty cool. Let's do some cleaning, I guess. What is the sweep command again? God damn it. Sweep. It's K. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot that. Okay, we're gonna go K1. One priority, because I saw that they were idle. And just do all of that. Okay. We're going to sweep this one up, though, really quickly, because then I can seal this off. Oh, yeah, look, we lost some water, but okay. No, we don't need to sweep that up. We're going to close this off. Ooh! Oh! 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 No, 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 no. Hold on. Hold on. That was some dumb shit. What just happened here? Oh, they grabbed the copper. I told them to not. That's what happened. Okay. Is there still enough water in here? There is. Let's move this gunk. Relocate it to here. We don't need to do that. I want this moved ASAP. I need to... Oh, let's get this water relocated over here. And the gunk relocate to over here. All this priority, like, now? There you go. And then this priority now as well. So can we get that before this erupts in 15 seconds? I think we're going to get some steam right here. I really wish you did that one first. Ooh, let's see if we're getting steam or not. Oh! Oh, I think we literally just got it in time. Okay, so now that we have all this, let's get rid of all this stuff because it's in the way. And we're just going to drop the gunk on the floor. And I know that's a war crime, but oh well. We need to get the transformer in here to power it up, to power everything. So now we can get this deconstructed, this at Prio 9, and that will be taken out. Okay, let's deconstruct that. Everything's boiling in here. I hear the boiling. That's actually pretty cool. Let's get the power. And we're gonna get it like so. I'm gonna lag a little. Right there. And then this conductive will go right there. And then we'll be all set. So this needs to get copper ore. And this needs 130. And once this is all done right here, everything will kick into action. Because, oh, fuck. I did not. That's something I messed up. I did not put temp shift plates. Aw, man. Maybe we can go in and fix it later. But right here, we're going to put some temp shift plates. Wait, how do I have them? There we go. I don't know if I'm going to have enough diamond to do the other one. But, yeah, we need to analyze that. And clean that up. And also make sure that we get a piece of steel in here. So all this should be steel. Because it's within this 3x3. Make sure that we are good on that. And we're in business. I just forgot... Oh, wait, hold on. Why aren't you working? Send a green signal. Okay. So that means that you should be going... Oh, you need to go... You need to send at 5. Yeah, go ahead and send 5. Oh, shit. One thing I did forget to do. We have to put in liquid into our cooling loop. So we're going to do this and bridge onto it. And we're going to fill that cooling loop. And we need to fill this cooling loop. We need to fill that as well. And we're getting copper out. I don't know. Actually, I don't think that I should send the copper out because it's at 40-some degrees. Well, what's going on here? I think it's dropping a lot of temperature just simply in... this was okay, I guess. I do want to get back in here to try to get those temp shift plates. But because it's copper, it shouldn't matter too much. Oak shell. You know what, oak shells, you're all okay to just kind of die off, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get you all in there. Kind of sad about my poor pips here. Temperature are we getting down to? It needs to be -14, right? That's what I'm telling it to get down to. Everyone came running in here to work on the diamond temp shift plates, which we don't have enough diamond now. And this is going to be polluted water. Add enable auto bottle. And I have this one set to 0 degrees. So we're gonna set this one also to 0 degrees. If it's above internal temp, yeah, if it's above 0 degrees, turn on and start cooling it down. So here we're gonna say, give me some more polluted water. And same thing with you. If it's above 0, I want you to turn on and get that going. Hopefully we can get some water going on in here. And we did not analyze that yet. Pay is taking a paid vacation. Cool. There you go. Everything's steam, and we're dumping the heat into the steam. So that's the whole point, is that if it's not cooled down enough, keep going around dumping your heat into the steam chamber. And that's kind of the gist of it. This has some polluted. So no, you're not working because you're not powered. But that's okay. We just need to fill you up with liquid. Soon you'll have power. This can go right there. And once this is analyzed and we grab out the data banks, we should be able to take it out. I'm a little worried that this hot stuff... You know what? We're gonna go if it's... Turn on if it's above... Just keep circulating. Keep circulating until we can cool this down. And get water in here. That's what I really need. Nice, good job. Get that shit. When is this gonna go off? In 11 cycles? Not shabby. Not too shabby, not shabby. Shabby, shab. And then this is going around. Keep cooling that down. Good. The aluminum metal tiles are a cold degree, so I feel good about that. So now we can let out the copper. So here's the thing: you let it out at 130, and these guys are at 0. So as it fades through at 100, 112, all that stuff, it comes out nice and cold. And you set this to 5 units so that we're not sending large masses of the solid through, and it can cool down faster. And then we did this. Everything's cleaned up. Let's go ahead and get this. And then we can drop all this crap. And we can probably deconstruct that now. Deconstruct the bridge. Deconstruct this bridge. Well, I'll wait till they close that up. Deconstruct that. I'm still pretty sad that we don't have the shift plates in here. What's another good material to make these motherfuckers out of? And then I can only make like 5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what else do you want me to make it out of now? Because high thermal conductivity. We want something that's high thermal conductivity. Are we on copper? Thermally reactive, but the overheat temperature, it's gonna melt. Slow heating, excellent radiation. Thermally reactive. We can do sedimentary. Materials require little energy to raise in temperature. So what's your overheat temperature? I mean, what's your melting point? Melting point of 926, and you come out at 2200. That's why we have diamond, right? Because the melting point of diamond is going to be 3900. So we need something we need something more like nickel? Hold on, let me see. Nickel, gold, iron. What else do you? Oh, I know. Cuz I need it to be thermally reactive. Sedimentary? Oh, that's what I just had. Clay, high thermal conductivity. Okay, let's look at some of these melting points. 29, 26, which let me see what this was coming out at 22. So we can use wolframite. 29. I think we're using wolframite. Wolframite. There we go. And we'll get in there at some point. And then we can just do empty all that. And we closed you off. So let's double check everything's good. Deconstruct. And you could just do deconstruct from the buildings, but I'm very lazy. In fact, this is probably more work. Let's deconstruct the bridge. Put this right there, power that up. Let's put 3 spots so that we can put the power transformer. Heavy watt goes there. Conductive wire goes there. And I think we're pretty good here. Let's do disable, suppress current, or else you'll be all silly. And you will be putting in gold, and you will be coming out at 5 each, and you're at 130, and you're at 0. So now we're going to be cooling down this liquid to make sure that these are nice and cool, and this will go off in 10 cycles, and we'll start getting gold. We're going to suppress current to tell you to shut up. And just like that, we have our 2 volcanoes tamed, our 2 metal volcanoes, and then we have this aluminum one that we did. We also have an iron one over here, but it's like in the way of this. Let me see how big this structure is going to be. It's going to be a 12 by 9 from the 3rd tile. 1, 2, 3, 12 by 9. So it's going to be this big. So I could... No. I'll just wait. How cold are we over here? Are we at 1? Oh, these things are actually going. So we can deconstruct that, deconstruct the bridge, and hell, just deconstruct all this, because what is it gonna do? Fucking off-gas some hydrogen? So these will be making hydrogen for 120 cycles each. Let's start planning out with our last like 10 or 15 minutes. Oh, I had to drink some more liquid. For like our last 10 or 15 minutes. Oh, why is there gunk here? I saw gunk. Oh, that's right. Because I dropped gunk. My bad, I actually didn't want to build that. Let's plan out something to do with the pips. Because I want more pips. Let me see what we got going on here. Can we delete? Or can we start sucking out? We're going to say if it's above 10,000. So that's a lot of mass holding in the cold. And then we will hook up power. Because I think I have it hooked up to where we're pulling the hydrogen out. Let's see here. Yeah, we're pulling the hydrogen out and putting it into our infinite storage. Also, let's see how we're doing. We're at 1,000 kilograms per, so we're not hurting too much on power. Let's figure out our pips. And we're gonna put our pip. Pip. Oh, that's right, we gotta rebuild this stuff. Because at some point I came by and deconstructed it. Do we have critters in here? We need 2 more. Wrangle you. Wrangle you. And I want a more permanent thing for these guys. Because wood is kind of nice, having a bunch of wood. Wood is nice, giggity. Let's deconstruct these pipes now. What are you doing? Here's the Pokemaniac just causing problems. Oh my god, were you? You were emptying? Stop that. You're emptying oxygen. That's dumb. Okay. Clean this stuff up, clean this stuff up. Clean this, clean this. And now everything looks good. I still want this to shit out my gold. And this copper one is doing decent. And we have everything nice and cold down here. We're at -2. I think this is pretty good. I don't even think we need the temp shift plates, but it's gonna bother me that we don't have it in there. So we're gonna try to do that anyway. Alright, let's try to figure out. I don't want to look something up because the easiest way to ranch these pips is going to be with arbor trees. But we don't actually, let's see if we can get arbor trees. Sand, knit eggs. Actually, I think I might get those knit eggs and like put them in a box. What is that? Solid nuclear waste. Oh, one thing I have been doing in the background is just researching. Oh, we could probably get that. Because where's our databanks? Databanks? No? Okay, we got... Okay. I've been going down researching different things. Even though they can't finish it, they'll finish these 3, and then when we have databanks, then we'll be doing it. So we're just going to do that for now. I keep... Okay, pips. Back to the pip. So you guys need... Let's write some math down. Let me pull out my handy dandy notebook. Leave me a comment down below if you guys know what that's from. Please tell me I'm not the oldest person here. We need to eat. So pip needs 20% growth cycle. So we need. So does that mean we need 5? We need 5 thimble reeds per pip. Well, no. So 20%. And so that they'll eat 20%, and I assume they eat like once a cycle. And let's click on these thimble reeds and see how fast they grow. A life cycle is 2, so that means 20% of 2 is 2 divided by 0.25, or is like 5 1. Oh my god, let's pull out my... Fuck the notebook. Let's see here. 2 divided by 0.25. 8. That doesn't make sense. 2 times 0.25. 0.5. You know what? This is gonna be some dumb shit anyway. Math is hurting me. So we're just gonna do it down here. And also, what's the temperature ranges? Probably not this. Let's look at thimble reeds real quick. 22 to 37. So you know what? We're just going to do it in here. We're going to do it right here. Let's get rid of all these. And we're going to ranch these motherfuckers. We're going to go auto. And we're just going to ranch them like in the dumbest way possible. So we need 96 tiles. So we need a door right here. Which means one of those. And one of these. Let's clean up what we got going on here. And we are going to Actually, we're not doing that because I forgot we have our liquid loop. Our cooling loop is right here. So what we're gonna do is, let's see. Oh, and also thimble reeds take polluted water, I believe, right? Polluted water, polluted oxygen. Oh, atmosphere. So they need polluted water. I could have been growing. Okay, we can get the polluted water rerouted over here for now. So let's get some hydroponics, and we're gonna put a critter drop off. Goes here, and then we're gonna do hydroponics, and we're just gonna plant like a shit ton. Which means we get rid of this, which means we don't need all of this if we're just gonna get rid of it to begin with, which means we don't need this. So we're gonna do this, which is 12. We're gonna hit 12, and actually 96 minus 12 is 84, so we can go all the way out to here. No, we can go all the way out to here. Yeah, we'll do this. And I believe this should be good. Let's get some derpy plumbing. And we're gonna go... How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? Also, what are you? You're the Seacomb, so they have oil. But hopefully we'll get into oil. Maybe that'll be our next episode. We'll do oil so that we're not on Seacomb. So we'll do this line. We're gonna deconstruct this, deconstruct that, up to there. Deconstruct up to there. Wait, no, deconstruct all this. And I need to grab the poopy water. So how are we gonna get out of here? Yeah, what we'll do is hop over. Gotta do a little jumping like that, and a little jumping like that. And what we'll do here, let's see, how do we get out of here? How do we get this water out? We can go through the top here, like that. So we don't need any of this stuff. But we do need now this. There we go. And then and this should be a ranch, because it's less than 96. It is. We're gonna plant the thimble boys. Bon bon. Let's plant those thimbles. Thimble reeds, thimble reeds. There we go. Like that. And then we'll put the pips in there. Body temperature. What are you talking about? It's 25. Do you want... Oh, 22. No, you're fine. They just need a moment to like rethink their life. And we already got all the water in here. And it looks like it's filling up these 3. Okay. And there's gunk in here. Why is there gunk? Okay. Get rid of the gunk. Surprised no gunk got in any of these. Watch. Yeah, and it has gunk. Empty storage. I think there was that one time that like their bathrooms were full, and so the bionic dupe irrigation stored polluted water gunk. Empty the storage, and let's stop giving it stuff. Let's stop giving them anything. Empty storage. Empty storage. Empty the storage. Get the gunk out, please. So, do I just need to, like, watch it? Who has gunk in you? Polluted water. Polluted water. Polluted water. Polluted water. I think we got all the gunk out. So, once we finish this, make sure polluted water, gunk, you need to empty, please? Can you empty for me? Yep. Polluted water. Okay. So, now we can do this. And irrigation. You should not be. You have polluted water in you. Maybe you'll figure out your life. Okay, so we got that going. Let's see how we're doing with our volcanoes. This guy is... let's watch him erupt in 0.4 cycles. And we're getting a bunch of copper. Not a bunch, but, you know, it's coming in. Solid gunk. Where did I get solid gunk from? A little bit, because I think it froze at some point. How are we doing over here? -9, -3, -2, -4, but we still want -14. So I like it cold. And we can sweep this stuff up. And we're at 6.6 kilos. Maybe you just need to be uprooted and replanted. But we can get these thimble reeds going, and then I'll put the pips in there. I want to make sure that the pips aren't going to have any problems. You're growing? Okay. No seed selected. Thimble boy. Oh, I don't have any thimbles, so it's going to be all weird. And then this is, what can I do for knits to make sure that they stay alive? Because I want to do, I think next episode, we'll finally be getting this going. No, we'll get we'll get that going because I'll finally do the pips. So we could probably do like a stupid little container right here. Yeah. And it doesn't need to be out of that. We're just gonna go... Well, let me see. What's the knit's livable temperatures? 5 to 65. Livable 0 to 75. How hot is it? Okay, we're good here. So we're just gonna do like this. And we're gonna put the knits in here. And it's gonna be like... Actually, we're gonna do this. And I want airflow tiles. No, mesh tiles. And we're going to put a bunch of water in here. The knit eggs will go in here, and we'll put a bunch of water, seal it off. Or, knit eggs, seal it off, then water. Not necessarily in that order. Irrigation. What is wrong with you? Oh. I guess that makes sense. Should I put a farming station? Let me put a farming station in here first, so that we could get a shit ton of thimble reeds grown. Because I do have fertilizer. I have like a shit ton of fertilizer, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, look at it. I have 5 tons of fertilizer. That's a shit ton, right? Farming station. Yes, eat your oxygen, my darlings. So proud of you. You guys are doing great. Farming station. This should be a greenhouse. Greenhouse enables farming station. So now we need fertilizer. And then they'll come in here and grow these motherfuckers a lot. Because I need to grow these so that I can make a whole bunch of pips so I can sacrifice them to the Saturn gods. But that's pretty much gonna do it. Between episodes, here's what I'll do. I'll work on this, and all I'm really doing is growing a shit ton of thimble reeds, putting the pip in there. I know, buddy. I know you're glum. But putting the pip in there, so that I grow a bunch of pips to make sacrificial pips so that I could put all the Saturn, plant all of the Saturns. And then another thing that I'll do is these knits. I'll get these knits going. In fact, I could probably do this now. Let's get polluted water, enable auto bottle, and then copy, and start filling that bitch up. And I'll put the knits in there. Yes, fill up with water. Yeah, that's it's a good amount of stuff that I'll do in between episodes, but you'll still see it. I'll tell you what we got going on here. Look at you, so proud of you. But thanks for dropping by. Thanks for if you came here for some knowledge on how to do this volcano tamer. It's real simple in a nice little fucking 12 by 11. It's not too intensive. You just got to be patient. You got to be making sure that you do things in a certain order. You need a vacuum here, and the vacuum here is so that nothing transfers temperature, heat or cold or whatever. Oh, let's watch this guy go off, and we can watch. In fact, let me cancel all this so that we could see it. Like, cool. So all the temp shift plates will help. Like, once this erupts, all the temperature will go around to all this stuff really quickly. Overpressure. Why are we overpressured? Oh, do we have too much steam? Ah. Overpressures. Let's see. Next activity, active eruption, molten aluminum. Huh. I guess I have overpressured and stifled. I have stifled it. So I do need to actually go in here. That's why we're not getting any fucking copper. So that's something I'll work on, and put the temp shift plates. Sorry about that. Make sure not to overpressure these motherfuckers, like as I did, I guess. Yeah, hope to see you guys in the next one. Until then, stay stringy.